What's going on, guys and gals? This is your boy Chillin' with Q10, and we back at it again. Hope you're having a lovely Friday today. Let's get right up into it. Okay, so yesterday we had over here in Texas these GreenPeace people suspend themselves from the Fred Hartman Bridge, which is close to where I work. And let's just say on the way home, traffic was hellacious. I mean, without even people protesting, traffic is crazy. But it was even more crazy now because these tree-hugging idiots decided to rappel off the side of the bridge to protest the use of fossil fuels and shut down the shipping channel. Okay. They spent over 12 hours dangling with some flags in protest of the use of fossil fuels. And of course, everything they were using, the hard hats, the flags, the rope, and everything, have been produced through the use of fossil fuels. Strike one. They only shut down the channel for like 12 hours, which I'm sure, some people probably lost money. The ships coming in to bring the crude oil in to the refineries and stuff like that, they on a tight schedule. So I'm pretty sure, businesses may have lost some money in that, which is, in my opinion, I mean, these people are probably going to be hopefully facing federal charges for doing that. And I think they should pay restitution. And not just that, for the time spent from the police and SWAT and all that. I think SWAT rappelled down to go and get them. So all that money that was spent on the time and the police had to be there and make sure nobody came along and cut the ropes, which a lot of people were thinking about and really wanted to do, and just see who can swim. The police officers had to stay there, stationed, So I think all the money that was spent on that, these tree-hugging idiots should have to pay restitution to Harris County for all that money spent on law enforcement, and which the taxpayers are paying that, of course. So they accomplished nothing. The only thing they accomplished was putting more pollutants in the air because a lot of people had to sit hours in traffic. Hours. I'm talking hours. It took me over an hour and a half to get home yesterday after work, which only usually takes me 35 minutes. And that's when traffic's pretty bad. 30 to 45 minutes. But it was like over an hour and a half to get home. Because these idiots wanting to stop the production of fossil fuels. I mean, what has to be going through his mind? And I'm just going to lay it out there. The DNC was in town. They were in Houston. They were doing their debate and everything. And lo and behold, these idiots show up. Now, I know these are not conservative people. These are tree-hugging hippies. These are of the DNC type people, okay? Usually, I mean, look, like I said, this is not a pro-Trump platform. This is not a Republican, Democratic platform. I believe in liberty and life and the pursuit of happiness. And however we achieve that is the best route. And I'm actually looking forward to Messiah, Yeshua, coming back and reigning as king, and we have a kingship with a righteous ruler. So that's my stance on that. The DNC people come in and they have their debate. Now these Greenpeace people just come out and think it's the best time to go ahead and protest. Man, I hate to say it. Usually when the Republican Party comes in or conservative or Libertarian Party comes in, none of this happens because conservative people got to work. Conservative, they going to work. They're getting their money. They're not hanging from bridges trying to protest fossil fuel because most of them work at the refinery and plants and drive vehicles. They're not going to shut down traffic for 12 hours of the shipping channel and that's just so idiotic, man. These people think they're doing such a great work in the world, but they're not. They're not. And I just hope, they do face federal charges and they bust them back to the West Coast where they belong over there with the other tree huggers. And whatever happened to tree hugging and protest? Go hug some trees while the bulldozers. Go do that. Stop hanging from bridges. It's like, come on, man. But you know what? It's great. You know why? Because we live in a free country and you can protest. You have the right to protest. Just like they had the right to do that, even though it was illegal. And now they have the right to get arrested and face charges. Because this is America, baby. And I hope they do face charges. But, I mean, you know, there's some slimy lawyers out there that probably want to defend them and try to get them off. Anyway. So, yeah, traffic was pretty crappy yesterday, to say the least. But, well, at least nobody got hurt or whatever. They may have had I think there was like maybe a one wreck or two because of the traffic hold up. But at least nobody went and cut their lines, you know. Very tempting to do, to say the least. So, but yeah, to get back on, so the DNC was in town in Houston doing their circus show. And, man, look, I don't like either one of them, the Democrats or the Republicans. They say one thing, and then when they get in office, they do something else. Now, they may do a few things that they say they're going to do, which may turn out to be good. Like I said, I like that Trump did away with the Obamacare mandate, saying that you have to have insurance or you get penalized through tax. I'm glad he did that. I hated that. That was stupid. Stupid policy, man. Enforcing somebody to get health care that they don't want, or you get penalized through tax and then it goes up. That was very, very stupid, and I'm glad Trump did away with it, okay? But we're going to talk about something else that Trump wants to do right after talking about the DNC that I think is idiotic and stupid, and it's in the news. So the DNC debate, it was just a bunch of more rhetoric from, we're going to do this, and first of all, it was a Trump fest. Okay, Trump this, Trump that. Every word out of every candidate's mouth, they had to mention Trump. Trump the bad guy, blah, 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 blah. This is what I'm going to do for the country. I'm going to wipe away your debt on the student loans. I'm going to give you free money. Yang with his idiotic universal basic income. Like, don't worry about earning it. I'm just going to give it to you. You know, whatever happened to taking pride in your work and earning what you get? You know, nobody wants to suck on the teat of the government. And if you do, you're a slave to the government. And ain't nothing free given from the government. They always want something in return. Listen to me. The government never gives you nothing for free in life. No free pass. Do not collect $200 when you pass go. Okay? The government doesn't give you nothing for free. They're going to want something in return. Okay? And first of all, if you have a UBI, Universal Basic Income, in Federal Reserve, it doesn't matter, okay? Until we fix the monetary issue, the monetary policy with the Federal Reserve and the Federal Reserve note, and then they could just roll up the printing press and print us into oblivion, print more debt. Until we fix that, that's not going to matter. A UBI is not going to matter. If you get $1,100 a month for just sitting around the house, inflation will eat that away in the years to come. You understand that? And he has all these, propositions. He has this nice, colorful chart graph showing how he's gonna do it, and it's not gonna be taken from anybody. It's going to magically appear in your checking account. By doing this, and this. That all sounds good. I can make a graph saying I'm gonna do this, and this at work. But if I don't perform it, once I do it, once these people get in the office and they can't do it, that word means nothing. And that's what I'm saying. It's all, basically right now he's just buying votes. He's hyping the people up, trying to buy their votes. I don't trust either side. Even though some of them might have some good rhetoric and policy they say they want to do, until they get in the office and actually do it, it's all hearsay. It's all to get your vote. It's all smoke and mirrors, people. Both sides, Democrat, Republican, and Libertarian. All smoke and mirrors. Because there's a power behind the most powerful seat in the United States. You understand that? They can only go so far. Trump can only go so far. Obama could only go so far. Bush can only go so far. And every president before him could only go so far. You understand that? So even if a libertarian would get into office, I'm sure it would be better, but they can only go so far. They might end up like Kennedy. A bullet in the back, bullet in the head, shot from the back and the front. Check out the videos. So what I'm trying to get at is it's basically having to choose between the lesser of two evils. And it's sad. You know, it's sad that we should live in a republic where you have individual citizenship, individual citizen rights, not based on a group collective democracy. You understand? We need a republic. We need a true republic, and not just a facade of a republic, which is just, you know, democracy. A democrat, you know, that's not what the founding fathers wanted this place to be, where the majority of the people can make the laws and the minority of the people don't have a say in it. It has to be individual citizen rights, not the collective. The collective of the people has the power. You understand? Each individual citizen, me, you, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, have individual citizen power. You understand? Each citizen holds their own power, not as a collective. So, but I don't think we'll ever get away from it. It's too far gone right now. I'm optimistic on some things, but some things I'm not. So, it was a circus show. That's all I can say. Every time they go up on stage and they start opening their yap, it's a circus. They start belittling each other, and Beto, I'm gonna take away the AR-15. And it's like, this guy, I mean, he'll probably break his collarbone shooting a 22. You know, trying to beef up, changing a tire. This fool, man. Every day, every time he opens his mouth or he does something or he posts something, he just makes a fool of himself. Come on, dude. You know, Bernie Sanders looks so, I'm gonna take it, and it's just him and Warren and who else? Biden. I mean, creepy hands-on Biden himself. You know, it looks like a commercial for Ben Gay up there. You know, we need more Ben Gay. It's wow how far we've come now. And like I said, man, it's not that I'm pro-Trump or pro-Republican or you know, Democratic hater, or, you know, I like to see good morals in people. Okay? I like to see people with common sense. I like to see critical thinkers. I like to see people who actually stand up for themselves and not bow down or kowtow to you know, a majority cultic like group mentality. You know, I like to see people just think for themselves. But this nation has gone astray and gotten away from that. People don't think for themselves. They just let the news media outlets think for them, or let the president think for them, and let the Congress people think for them. And that's what's wrong. Nobody wants to learn anymore and think for themselves, man. Nobody wants to crack open that book and learn about the past and not repeat the same mistakes. We as a civilization tend to forget quick, man. I mean, most of everybody's forgotten about Epstein, the El Paso shooting, the Dayton shooting. All that's in the past now. You know, it's just what's next. What else can rattle us for 2 days and then we move on? You know, that's it. We've become a culture because, you know, everything has gotten quicker. The internet and the phones and everything. It's just now. We wanted more. You know, a touch on that in the last episode. The last video I did with D from Crypto Gangs, man. We talked about, you know, the climate shift and everything. And it's just crazy. And one man's not going to change that. One earthly man, let me put it that way. Or one woman, you know. I'll be equal, gonna be fair, of course. Yeah, can a woman be president? Sure. They can make it up there and be president. Is it gonna help? No. It's like if a man gets in there, that's not gonna help. It's not gonna do any better. Okay? They're flawed. They're human. You understand? Don't put your hopes and dreams on them. Think for yourself. Set yourself up. Do what's right. Okay? Alright, so really what I want to make this video about, I can go on and on about that, about politics, but it is more politics. But okay, so there's been what the news media has been calling an epidemic. Teens are getting sick from vaping. So vaping, for those of you who don't, vaping has been around for quite a while. I mean, it's at least 8 years with the blue cigarette, the blue BLU, the little e-cigarette when it first came out. And when that first came out, a lot of people had quit cigarettes, man. They stopped smoking and went to that. But as it progressed, we got better mod systems that deliver more nicotine and more vapor product. And people really started quitting because they were getting their fix, and then they can choose their own strength of nicotine. All the way from like 32 milligrams, all the way down to 3 to 1 to 0. No nicotine at all. You can choose your own strength. But now there are reports of these teens that are allegedly getting sick by vaping. So in the news media, it's all been alleged. This person has had the lung disease, and the doctors believe that it's vaping, but they're not sure. They're not 100% positive. But we're gonna demonize and throw shade at the whole vaping community. It's all vape juice. When they clearly came out and said that, well, yeah, they were vaping pretty much black market THC cartomizers, or the little pod systems that are cut with all kind of toxic stuff, and like oils like vitamin E acetate, which you don't put oils in your lung. The regular vaping juice is, you can get natural or artificial flavors that are food grade, that are used worldwide in foods. USP and kosher certified, all that, these flavorings. You can get natural or artificial. You can get kosher and USP certified propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin, and you can get the same thing in tobacco nicotine. Okay, so it's nicotine extract that's in a VG or a PG or a cut mix. It's cut, and you can get it 100% from the United States. The tobacco comes 100% in the United States, and that's where the nicotine is extracted from. So you can make your own juice. Save a lot of money and make your own juice by doing that. But now you have, okay, so Trump wants to ban flavored e-juice, except tobacco flavor, which, guess what? Tobacco flavor, it's an artificial flavor. The tobacco flavor that's used in the vape juice is an artificial flavor. You understand? Like all the other flavors that he wants to ban. Just tobacco. That's it. That's all you can have. But my thing is, these flavors are readily available for making cakes, making candies. They put it in vodka, and they flavored alcohol, and it's used in all kind of stuff. So how are they going to regulate people from making their own juice? They would have to outlaw people buying nicotine extract, nicotine salts, or anything like that. They would have to outlaw VG and PG, vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol, as citizens cannot get it. And they would have to ban those flavorings for them to crack down on it, for people making their own juice. This has been going on for like 6 or 7 years. People have been making their own juice, and companies have been making it. Legit companies have been making it and selling it. And nobody has gotten sick or died from it. Okay? Maybe sick, because nicotine at high concentrations can make you ill, or it can kill you if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Pure nicotine, you know what I'm saying? If it's not even cut with VG or PG, or if it's a higher concentration, like 100 milligrams per milliliter, and you get something on you and it absorbs through your skin, it'll make you sick. It might put you in the hospital. So you have to know what you're doing, or you have to get a lower concentration when you're mixing with the stuff, and keep it away from the kids. It's that simple. If you're gonna make your own juice. But if you're vaping like 3 milligram e-juice, you could possibly, if you vape way too much, you could possibly make yourself close to sick on 3 mil. And if you're vaping 24 milligrams per milliliter, I mean, you can make your stomach turn and be pretty sick. But it's all about common sense, and it's the user effect, of course. Use caution. Use it just like you would, drinking alcohol. Okay? But the thing is, people have to take action for their own, they have to take responsibility, for their own actions in life. These teens that are hospitalized right now, they need to take responsibility for what they did behind their parents' back. And the parents need to take responsibility for not watching their dang kids. They're not watching their kids. They're not in their kids' life. Their face is in their phones on Facebook living a fake life. And they don't even know what their kids are doing. They're just running around with their heads cut off. And then all of a sudden, oh, my poor baby's in the hospital. I never knew. Baby. Shame on you. Because you didn't pay attention. And now your kid got a hold of some bad black market stuff, THC, which is illegal in certain states, and it's more even if it's underground and they're underage. To buy vape products, you have to be 18 or in some states 21 to buy vape products, the mods and the juice. Who's buying the juice for these kids? They're getting it on the black market, and it's cut with contaminants, and they're messing their lungs up. There's people that has been vaping for 5, 6, 7, 8 years since it's been out. No issues at all. They were past smokers, maybe 2 packs a day. They have done chest x-rays. And there's people on YouTube, there's videos up. A guy's been vaping for like 6 or 7 years. Okay, he was a 2-pack smoker a day. Previously, before he picked up vaping, and he gets regular chest x-rays on his lungs, and the masses, you can see where the tobacco smoke from the cigarette, cigarettes in general, burning hydrocarbons, and there was black spots on his lungs. Those black spots went away with him just vaping, and no condensate buildup and water in his lungs, because that's not how it works. It's hydroscopic. It doesn't build up in the lungs. Okay, so, but now all of a sudden they want to demonize it. Like it's all vape. And now Trump, like I said, this is another idiotic move by Trump. He's playing on emotion, and he's playing on the emotions of people without knowing truly, because they had plenty of time to have 8 years of research done on it, to know at least some health effects of vaping. Is vaping 100% safe? No. Is it 95% safe? Maybe. So you have a 90, maybe it's 90% safe. You have a 10% chance that it could adversely affect you. But not to the point of chronic illness or acute illness, But Trump is, I'm sure Trump never vaped in his life. Of course, so he don't know. And Melania, whatever, she don't know either. They're all playing on emotion. So my thing is, you need the data first of all, we need to get off of this ban culture crap. Okay? People need to take responsibility for their own actions, and we don't need to blame inanimate objects. Okay? Gun control, taking away AR-15s, banning flavor, this and that and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Take responsibility for your own life. Second of all, get the information. We need more information on the health effects of vaping from peer study reviews of people who have been vaping for years. Okay, and I'm not talking about vaping this new underground market THC crap in the vape. I'm talking about just regular nicotine, PG, VG, and flavor. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's the research we need before we fly off the handle and start banning stuff. You know, we have a lot of people now in the United States, in many states. And you have some states that are taking it upon themselves to ban the e-cigarettes before the president even comes out and bans it altogether, you know. They're being proactive. No, they're costing people their jobs and their livelihoods. You understand? There's people out there with vape shops and they make their own juice legit. Never had any issues, probably. Making money. And that money, you know, is taxed. The vape juice is taxed. The tax is going back into the community. You understand? You're going to shut down a lot of shops. You're going to shut down a lot of people's livelihoods. I thought we were bringing them jobs to America, not taking them away. This is a strike. Trump. Oh boy. Too early to get fired up, I guess. Fox News. Trump takes aim at teen vaping. Proposes ban on non-tobacco flavored e-cigarettes. He's an idiot because the tobacco flavor is the same. It's artificial. It's artificial flavorings. Oh my God. CDC confirms 6 deaths possibly linked to vaping. But they don't say which vaping. God, possibly. They use the word possibly. It's not even 100% accurate. And yet they want to ban it. Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar told reporters at the White House that officials with the Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, will create guidelines on the ban. A process that could take months. I tell you what, it's going to be out a lot sooner than that. You know why? Because they've been gearing up for this for a couple of years now. They just didn't know how they were going to do it. And it's not going to take a couple months. Probably take 1 or 2 months and say goodbye. Trump administration is making it clear that we intend to clear the market of flavored e-cigarettes to reverse the deeply concerning epidemic of youth e-cigarette use. Maybe the parents should be involved in their children's lives, and that might curb this epidemic. But no, it's just easier to ban it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out and we're gonna ban flavored cigarettes because I care about the teens. Hey, how about you educate the parents? Okay? We will not stand idly by while these products become an on-ramp to combustible cigarettes. Yes, the gateway drug to cigarettes. Vaping. The gateway drug to cigarettes and marijuana, heroin, cocaine, and meth. It won't stop there. You know, do a better job of getting the damn opioids off the streets. Okay? The painkillers the people are addicted to is taking their lives and ruining lives. Do a better job of that. Nicotine addiction for a generation of youth. Nicotine is more addictive than cigarettes because of additive chemicals that make it more addictive. Nicotine, free-based nicotine by itself is not as addictive as the freaking antidepressants that are in cigarettes and other chemicals, ammonia, whatever, that they put in there that heightens the nicotine that makes your body crave it more. Dang, man. I can't stand the stupidity of people. But it's okay. E-cigarettes damage blood vessels even if the device does not contain nicotine, study finds. Who did this? In March, the FDA issued a proposal to restrict the sale of flavored e-cigarettes. The restrictions, which have not been finalized, would affect sweet and fruity flavors, but not mint and menthol, which are also said to attract teens. Oh, so they're going to keep mint and menthol. They're all artificial flavors, buddy. A proposed ban comes as cases of vaping-related lung illnesses have surged in recent weeks. Health officials recently have said that there are more than 450 possible, here we go again, cases across the 33 states. At least 6 people have died, and the most recent death was reported in Kansas. Oh Lord. So there's a recent report right now in Galveston County here in Texas that a man possibly was hospitalized because of vaping. Possibly. But let's throw shade at everything. Let's throw shade at the whole vaping community, that because it's vaping in general. And it's been going on for 7 years now, and no hiccups. And all of a sudden we have an outbreak and an epidemic, and the teens, oh my God, we gotta save the teens, oh my God. How about the freaking parents are idiots for not watching their children? How about that? No single device, ingredient, or additive has been identified at this time. Do a better job at doing that. You need to figure out where these black market products that these people are using that put them in the damn hospitals do a better job instead of throwing shade at the whole damn thing. Do a better job. Do your job. Michigan became the first state to ban flavored e-cigarettes early this month. There you go. While San Francisco in June took a step to curb teen vaping in addition by banning the sales of the devices. Way to go. Preceding the Trump administration announcement, First Lady Melania Trump joined a chorus of officials voicing concern over the rampant use of e-cigarette products among the nation's youth when she posted a tweet on Monday calling for more prevention and protection against nicotine addiction. Okay, what about caffeine addiction? Anybody out there addicted to Starbucks? You can overdose on caffeine. You understand? What about that? Are teens addicted to caffeine? Next on 2020. Are teens addicted to caffeine? I bet they are. Oh, the next boogeyman. I'm deeply concerned about the growing epidemic of e-cigarette use in our children. She wrote, we need to do all we can to protect the public from tobacco-related diseases and death and prevent e-cigarettes from becoming an on-ramp to nicotine addiction for a generation of youth. We know cigarettes cause cancer. Nothing about vaping causing cancer. More studies need to be done. I agree. More studies need to be done before we ban it. Ban it. Before we ban it, more studies need to be done. Damn it, people, use your head. Vitamin E acetate and marijuana vaping devices possibly linked to deadly lung illnesses, officials say. There you have it. Vitamin E acetate and marijuana vaping devices possibly linked to the deadly lung illnesses, officials say. I hate possibly, but they have to say it because they have to cover their own butt, So nothing's 100%. You don't know. And of course, Melania had a little tweet. I'm deeply concerned, that's the whole thing. Oh Lord. The tweet ended with a mention of the Department of Health and Human Services and quickly gained thousands of likes and retweets and stuff like that. Look, if you support the ban on this, then you're on the borderline socialism. You understand? Just because it's touching home to you and you might have a teenage son or a teenage daughter and you don't want them vaping, you should be in their life knowing what the hell they're doing. Instead of saying, oh, that sounds pretty good. We'll just get it banned. Then I ain't got to worry about it. I can go back to doing whatever I want to do and posting stupid pictures on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you do it. Just because you don't like something doesn't need to be banned. You understand? There needs to be a debate. There needs to be evidence. There needs to be something tangible before you start wanting to even ban anything. Like slavery was bad. That's something you really needed to ban and get rid of. You understand? Okay. Oh my God. E-cigarettes do not have the potential to help adult and non-pregnant women quit smoking. Bullcrap. Studies have shown that people who have switched from cigarettes to vaping have a higher chance of quitting altogether. Even the vape, going to zero nicotine and then quitting. Vaping has saved a lot of people's lives from getting cancer, lung cancer, and all of this. People have quit cigarettes. It has helped them. Where nicotine gum, the patches, and all this other stuff, this Chantake stuff that could kill you and give you bad diarrhea if you take it. With everything else possible. You might have stubbed toe, hair loss, ugly face, long fingernails. You take Chantex, but you'll quit smoking. Vaping has helped people more than any other product out there to get people off of cigarettes. And this is false. E-cigarette. This is the false statement. E-cigarettes do not have the potential to help adults and non-pregnant women quit smoking. Oh, Lord. Oh, wait a minute. I might be reading that wrong. Pardon-moi. I am. Excuse me. E-cigarettes do have the potential to help adult and non-pregnant women quit smoking, but they are not safe for use. Young adults, pregnant women, or adults who do not currently use tobacco products, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Well, at least the CDC is even saying this, and I'm glad I read it twice because I already went off because I thought it said it does not have the potential, but boy, whew, at least they're admitting it. It does have the potential to help people get off of the cigarettes and stop smoking. The agency notes that scientists still have a lot to learn about whether e-cigarettes are effective for quitting smoking, and that additional research is needed to understand long-term health effects. I agree. Additional research is needed to understand the long-term health effects. But how about you pull people together who have been vaping for 6, 7, 8 years? How about you pull those guys in and see where they were? Medical records. What I don't know, because a lot of things need to be, a lot of things are confidential. So I don't know how they would do it, but why not talk to the people who have been vaping for so long and how it's changed their life? But no, you want to try to get peer reviews from who? Big Tobacco? You want them to give you the damn reviews? And that's what kills me. They don't want to talk to the person who's actually doing it and how it's affecting their life. You understand? If it's positive or negative. Vaping's not for everyone, but it's helped a lot of people get off of cigarettes, guaranteed. Recent study led by University of Pennsylvania research, for instance, found that there are damaging effects on an e-cigarette user's blood vessels after just one use. Damaging? No, nicotine is a blood vessel constrictor. So it's pretty much any nicotine. Yeah, I mean, even caffeine does the same thing. Well, maybe not the same thing, but they're close. Caffeine and nicotine are so close, man. And people, I mean, they will down cup after cup after cup of espresso, wire themselves up so much, and they are addicted to caffeine. You understand? And I was like that too, I used to work offshore in the boats, man, and it's without the caffeine, it's rough working. You might be working 20-some hours a day. It's rough. You need that caffeine, you need that shot. And a few times I had to step back. Like right now, I haven't had caffeine in a long time. Since probably the beginning of the year. And you just got to step back sometimes. Too much of something's not good, of course. Same thing with vaping. Too much of that, it's not good. But let's not ban it. The emotions of people get too emotional, man. People get really too emotional on issues right now. Everybody wants to fly off the handle and just go off the first emotion. And it's just grab. What can we do? Ban this, ban that. Hey, government, I need you to do this. Hey, Trump, you need to do this. Blah, blah, blah. We need to go here, People just run off of emotions. One person says this, one person says that, and now everybody agrees with it. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that, but now that you said it, yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's no more critical thinking. There's no more individuality. There's nobody thinking for themselves. Everybody wants to get in a group and think like a little group mentality, and it's like, God, why can't you just think for yourself? And I think social media has a big, have a big part to play in that. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these platforms have a big part to play in that, where it's rewiring the way people think. First of all, because you could be a social justice warrior on the keyboard, you understand, with Facebook. And I even have to watch myself. I can't get caught up in the Facebook drama of the comments on stuff, because there's a lot of idiots out there. Okay? You might think I'm one of them. That's fine. That's your opinion. We live in a free country. You're entitled to your own opinion and free speech. Go ahead. Just as long as you don't defame my name or tell lies about me and try to destroy my life or my character or anything like that, that's fine. You can think I'm an idiot. You know, that's fine. We need to take a step back, evaluate things, and critically think for ourselves. It's time that we stop letting Google, Facebook, Twitter, and all these companies think for us. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all these talking heads, stop letting them think for you. Can you get good information from them? Most of them you can. I wouldn't say CNN, I don't know. Yeah, but that's just me. You know, we get some things, but they're there to make a paycheck too. Okay, they're just talking heads on the channel. Don't let them think for you. Okay, don't let Hollywood think for you. Don't let the music industry think for you. Think for yourself. Think for yourself, individual. Critically think. Take a step back. Put aside your emotions. Emotions are a good thing to have. You know, they are. But when you need to make a rational decision, you need to use your head, not your emotions. Stop jumping on the emotional bandwagon. And this is another reason right here. Trump wanted to ban this. You know, he's reacting to the people's reaction. And Trump doesn't know. He doesn't know nothing about vaping. He even said that. All he knows is now it's the devil. Now vaping is the devil because you only have a supposed epidemic. It's not an epidemic, man. You know, an outbreak of Ebola would be an epidemic that we already had. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Vape. That's my rant. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I don't know how Trump and Congress is gonna actually implement it, or the FDA. You know, I guess they're waiting for the FDA to write it up and then send it to him, and then he'll look at it and say, "Yeah, it's good. We need to get it all off the market." Or maybe he changes his tune, and maybe we have something. I don't know. The vaping community gets together and storms Washington on that, which they should, and pass, you know, petition and stuff like that. But Trump's pretty strong-headed. So he might not budge on this one, guys. So my condolences for anybody who out there has a vape shop, you know, and making a pretty good living off of it, or runs a vape juice company, man, mass producing it. And wow, my condolences if this passes and if it goes the way they want it to go. It's very sad, you know, taking away somebody's livelihood. But guys, that's my video. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, if you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more content. You know, if you disagree with me on the thing, you're like, hey, Quentin, you know, I really think that vaping's pretty bad. It's pretty much the same as smoking cigarettes. You know, if you disagree with me, leave a comment down below and tell me why that you think that it would be more detriment to a person's body than smoking cigarettes or anything else, you know. And like I said, it's not 100% safe. I understand that. But let me know what you think in the comments below. So, all right, guys and gals, it's been Chillin' with Q10, and we out of here. Peace.
If you like what you just saw, consider hitting that subscribe button for more great content.